dancing, African beauty, tall, dark, and handsome. Gave me his number, I gave him my name. That marked the beginning of such a beautiful thing. I don't know what I'm feeling when he's around. My head touches the ceiling, far back to the ground. Is it love or just infatuation? Whatever it is, I just love the sensation. Jana moja, Jana moja. Let me tell you some more about my African king. I love his big brown eyes and the color of his skin. I can't breathe whenever he's not around. I go weak, oh yeah, whenever he comes around. I don't know what I'm feeling when he's around. My head touches the ceiling, far back to the ground. Is it love or just infatuation? Whatever it is, I just love the sensation. Jana moja, Jana moja. Sikuli, siyogi, and I'm so glad he's my rock, he's my power, he's my warrior king. He's got my back, he's no coward. He's my ebony baby, coffee skin like a Howard. He's my hero, my strength, he's my African Jack Bauer. And I don't know what I'm feeling when he's around. My head touches the ceiling, fall back to the ground. Is this love or just infatuation? Whatever it is, I just love the sensation. Jana moja, Jana moja. Sikuli, siyogi, what I'm feeling, yeah. Oh, to the ceiling, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All day and night. Our radio.
And a good morning to you, boys and girls. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Caroline Murote, and this is Sheversations. Karibu sana to the show where we amplify female voices, and we are tuned in to Power Radio. Yes, here we tune in and power up, and I hope that wherever you're tuned in from, whether on the website or on YouTube, that you are enjoying the show so far. We have been ushered in by African King, the remastered version by Fena Getu. I loved Kaskiza Aki by Ndwati. You know, he's just having a conversation with himself, you know, about Aki. Essentially, the things that we do when we are under the influence of the flesh. Actually, let me know, Nikitu nini umewaifanya, and then you said, Aki, like, dunia isimame. Sai, yani nimeze, because it is embarrassing, it's humiliating. Let me know what those moments are. Caroline_Murote on Instagram, Caroline Murote on Facebook and X, and at Caro Murote on TikTok. That's CarolMurote, and at Power Radio on all of the same platforms. Yes, getting excited. I've been watching the Tokyo 2025 World Athletics competition. And honestly, the Kenyan girlies have had a wonderful performance for us in the past couple of weeks. And this show is dedicated to them. And to this particular Friday, we are looking into the life of a sportswoman. Yes, but before we get into that, we're going to look into what's happening. We're going to celebrate our powerful woman for today, and then we'll just dive into that. But for now, it's My Paradise by Karun GR and Hook, and then My Heart Is Yours by Nell and Derutu called out music, and Coming Home by Manasseh. Shalom, keep it locked. I'll see you in a jiffy.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Is it alright if I leave with you? 'Cause there's nothing I'd rather do. Wanna be sitting right next to you, yeah. As we drive down the avenue. My paradise is here with you. I wanna pour my energy out into you. I'm ready for anything. I'm open. And I'm counting the days till I can have your love. There's nothing else that I've been dreaming of. No, there's nothing I can't live without you, baby. There's nothing I would rather do but you. Nothing I would rather do, yeah. Is it alright if I lay with you? Not dare you to say the truth, yeah. 'Cause right now I'm enjoying the view, yeah. But time flies when it's me and you. My paradise is here with you. I wanna pour my energy out into you. I'm ready for anything. I'm open. And I'm counting the days till I can have your love. There's nothing else that I've been dreaming of. No, there's nothing I can't live without you, baby. There's nothing I would rather do but you. Nothing I would rather do, yeah. Nothing I would rather do but you. Nothing I would rather do, yeah.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
They question the way I walk and question the way I talk. Things that they see with their own eyes. They question the God I serve, but they will not leave me broken. I know He fights for me and He never fails. The way He changed my life, I want you all to see. The darkest of the night, my hope is still in Him, and He can change your life. I pray that you will see that you can hope in Him, and He will never leave. My heart is yours, for you alone, for you alone. My heart is yours, for you alone, for you alone. And I will always say your name, even when they want to put me to shame. I will not rest, 'cause my heart is yours.
Yeah, my heart is yours. Always, always. My heart is yours. Who am I that you love me, Father?
Love me, Father.
This kind of love is from above and it's like no other.
Like no other.
Shines down on the brother, yeah. So bright like the summer. You are good and your loving is forever. Yeah. One 2, I put on my shoes. Lord, I'm running to you. 3, 4, open that door. I'll open the door to my heart, you can enter.
For you alone, for you alone, my heart is yours.
My heart is yours.
For you alone, for you alone.
And I will always say your name when they wanna put me to shame.
Not just cause my heart is yours. My heart is yours.
My heart is yours. For you alone, say.
My heart is yours.
My heart is yours. For you alone, yeah. And I will always say your name, even when they want to put me to shame. I will
Not rest cause my heart is yours.
Yes, it is. Even when I feel so low, grace is knocking at my door. I don't have to cry no more. This kind of love I've never seen before.
I'm so glad that you came my way. Only you got me singing all day. As long as I'm breathing and my heart is beating.
My heart is yours. For you alone.
For you and your
My
glory.
heart is yours.
For you alone. And I will always say your name, even when they want to put me to shame. I
Not
will.
rest cause my heart is yours.
It's yours, oh God.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Even when the nights grow cold, I can feel your fire burning inside of me. Even when the winds blow hard, I can feel a melody stirring up inside my heart. You're calling me deeper still when I have been bound by sin. You tell me that I am free and you love me. What manner of love is this? One that will never cease. I'm drowning in your grace. So refill, refill, refill my heart. Rebuild, rebuild, rebuild my mind. I've been everywhere, now I'm coming home. Please restore, restore, restore my life. I feel like I have run so far, and the only thing that's on my mind, would you take me back? Please take me back, Lord. I long for your embrace. I want to see your face. I'm not worthy of your grace, but you call me deeper still. When I have been bound by sin, you tell me that I am free and you love me. What manner of love is this? One that will never cease. I'm drowning in your grace. Refill, refill, refill my heart. Rebuild, rebuild, rebuild my mind. I've been everywhere, now I'm coming home. Please restore, restore, restore my life. I know you will. Ngwate kwakho Yesu Gwate kwoko, gwate kwoko Yesu, gwate kwoko, gwate kwoko Yesu, gwate kwoko, gwate kwoko Yesu, gwate kwoko. Nuwe wendo wakwa, nuwe wendo. Nuwe wendo wakwa, nuwe wendo, nuwe wendo wakwa, nuwe wendo, nuwe wendo wakwa, nuwe wendo. Refill, refill, refill my heart. Rebuild, rebuild. Rebuild my mind. I've been everywhere, now I'm coming home. Please restore, restore, restore my life. Restore, restore, restore my life. Please restore, restore, restore my life.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Hey, restore my life, restore my heart. That is Coming Home by Manasseh Shalom, the story of a man that has wandered away from the heart of God. Nasasana Sema Mimi Narudi. And then speaking of which, Pia, Noel Nderitu called out music, Wakasema, my heart is yours. Also just something that they have dedicated to the Most High. And before that, we had My Paradise by Karun, GR and Hook. So let me know how you're vibing. 28 minutes past 28 minutes into this Sheversation. There's a beautiful morning, and right about now, let us get into what's happening. Yes, and the African court rules that denying women equal rights to marital property is discriminatory. This happened 3 days ago, 16th of September in Arusha, Tanzania, where the African Court on Human and People's Rights has delivered a landmark judgment declaring that customary laws that deny women equal ownership of marital property to be discriminatory and violating human rights. And the ruling, arising from a Tanzanian case, mandates legal reforms forcing nations to align their laws with international human rights standards. Yes, and this particular case was brought forth by a Tanzanian widow, and the African Court just found that this particular practices and statutory laws which prevent women acquiring and managing or inheriting matrimonial property constitute a discrimination under human rights law, and this decision compels Tanzania to amend its national laws immediately, and it acts as a very persuasive precedent across our African nations, and it really emphasizes the different obligations under the Maputo Protocol and other regional agreements. So this is a win. This is a win for human rights. This is a win for gender equality, and just a beautiful show of social justice happening in Arusha, Tanzania. Yes, moving on, we do have Kenya's High Court that has issued an arrest warrant for a British national, finally, in the Agnes Wanjiru case, which is a long-standing femicide matter. On the 16th of September, the court ordered the arrest of this particular British suspect connected to the 2012, ladies and gentlemen, that's 12 years ago, 2012 murder of Agnes Wanjiru, whose body was found in a septic tank near Nanyuki. The warrant follows years of advocacy, evidence gathering, and public pressure, and Kenyan authorities indicate they will seek extradition from the United Kingdom and face diplomatic and legal challenges. And for many, this is a vital step towards gender justice. And justice for gender-based violence. Okay, and this is according to Al Jazeera, Reuters, and The Guardian as recently as the 16th of September. And honestly speaking, this is a win, but very disappointing that it took 12 years for somebody's daughter's death, somebody's sister's death to be brought to justice. And this is still a developing story, clearly not something that has been brought to fruition, but we hope that Agnes Wanjiru, may her soul rest in peace, will be, that her murderer will be brought to justice. Just says a lot about international politics and the different laws, and the games that are being played when it comes to international, and expatriates, international peoples, right? Especially in countries that are deemed superpowers and untouchables. And this is quite a crack for justice in our country. And then speaking of a crack and just something that is inspirational, we do have Sierra Leone's president appointing a 50% women cabinet. And they did name a cabinet with 50% women, placing women in senior portfolios like finance, foreign affairs, and defense, which is a notable stride for gender equality in political representation. And this happened on the 17th of September, where President Julius Maada Bio announced a cabinet where half of the ministerial positions are occupied by women, including traditionally male-dominated ones, such as finance and defense. Yes, the girlies are on top of the monies, and they can definitely defend us. Yes, and activists hail this as surpassing many regional gender quotas and a fulfillment of campaign commitments. The move is being seen as both symbolic and practical, potentially influencing policy direction on gender equality and governance. And let me know if you feel that this kind of a move is possible in Kenya, if this kind of a move is possible in East Africa. We do have a female president in Tanzania, but do we see a space where we get to 50% women held positions in our country? Let me know what you think about that. Moving on, we have the UN committee that has reported a systemic women's rights violation in Nigeria, where the Human Rights Committee says that women and girls in Nigeria continue to suffer serious systematic rights violations and calls on authorities to act swiftly to improve protection and legal redress. And on the 17th of September, the Office of the High Court of the High Commissioner for Human Rights released findings that women and girls in Nigeria face ongoing violations, including sexual violence, including abductions, and insufficient prosecution of perpetrators. The committee emphasized that conflict, displacement, and weak justice systems are exacerbating risks. It urged the government to strengthen rule of law, allocate resources to survivor services, and ensure legal accountability. And international partners are also called on to monitor and to assist. So that's something that you might want to keep in your thoughts and prayers. The fact that women and girls in Nigeria, just amidst so many other countries in our continent and in the world, where girls and women are going through the most because of conflict within their region. But let's jump right into the space of entrepreneurship in business. And Kenya introduces procurement incentives for women-owned SMEs. And the Kenya National Treasury has introduced a policy giving a 5% preferential procurement margin to businesses at least 51% owned by women, aiming to correct historic inequalities in public contracts. And as part of Kenya's Finance Act 2025, the government has introduced a scheme that grants a business majority owned by women a 5% procurement advantage in public tenders. It also includes a simplified tax filing and reporting for qualifying businesses. Women-led business groups say that this could significantly increase their share of public procurement, which has historically been below 1%. And nevertheless, critics warn of possible fronting, and officials say robust verification processes will be needed. So essentially what we're talking about in this particular story is just evening out the playing table when it comes to women, when in the space of entrepreneurship, business, and the economy at large. Where we are seeing gender equality here at play, and this is beautiful because this policy enables women to participate in economic activities, economic inclusion. Yes, and another story is that the African Women in Trade Fund launched with $100 million seed capital. So the African Union and Consortium of Banks have launched $100 million fund to support women-led export businesses across Africa, offering loans, grants, and technical assistance under the AFCFTA framework. So in case you know a guy who knows a guy who knows a girl, that is in the trading business, please give them my number. We need to connect because that's where the money is right now. And the UN women have been bridging the digital divide that could lift 30 women out of poverty, right? And the UN women reports that closing the gender digital divide could add $1.5 trillion to the global GDP and lift 30 women out of poverty by expanding internet access, expanding digital skills, and online market participation. Yeah, and this report by the UN Women highlights how gaps in connectivity, device access, digital literacy, and affordable data affect women disproportionately, especially in rural and conflict-affected areas. And the analysis shows that investing in digital infrastructure and skills results in economic growth and poverty reduction, especially among women. And this particular report calls for investment and policy incentives to close this divide. So we're basically saying that there could be a win. There could be a win and a GDP difference, right? That lifts 30 women out of poverty if internet access was expanded, right? If women were empowered with digital skills and if they were allowed to partake in the online market. So this is according to the UN Women as recently as the 15th of September, right? And we do see, unfortunately, a rise in tech-facilitated gender-based violence rising among young women, young Kenyan women. And a report from CREO, that's CREAW, shows that incidents of online harassment and non-consensual sharing of intimate images and cyber-stalking among girls and young women in Kenya have jumped to 40% in the past year, right? And urging stronger legal protections and support services. And there's a report titled Virtual Violence Real Harm, released on the 17th of September by the Center for Rights, Education and Awareness, and documents a 40% rise in tech-facilitated gender-based violence, right? Again, we're talking about online abuse, we're talking about image-based violence, we're talking about cyber stalking, and the impact of this, mental health impacts, things such as anxiety, depression, and isolation, and these are really significant among survivors. And this particular report calls for amendments to the Computer Misuse and Cyber Crimes Act to be improved, right? The enforcement of this act to be improved, and for digital literacy programs as well as survivor support services. And this is something that we have been talking about here on Sheversations for quite a minute now. The fact that digitally assisted gender-based violence is one of the most rapidly growing toxic spaces for women. And unfortunately, this is something that everybody is exposed to. Every woman is exposed to as long as you are on the internet. So it's quite sad that we can't feel safe walking in the streets. And we also, unfortunately face a lot on the streets of social media and online. And moving on, we do have a self-administered HPV tests that have been found highly effective for cervical cancer screening. This is groundbreaking for women's health, and this is from Geneva, Switzerland, the 15th of September, where a recent funded study confirms that self-collected HPV tests are as accurate as clinical collected samples. And this is that could expand screening in remote or resource limited settings. Yes, and the Lancet Global Health report by Health Policy Watch had a study that involved more than 50,000 women from 20 countries that found that self-sampling for HPV detection offers a similar sensitivity and specifications compared to traditional clinical collection, which means that it is you can screen yourself for this particular type of cancer at home, and it's going to be perfectly accurate. Okay, and this essentially decreases the risks of your cancer going undetected, right? And this empowers women with private and accessible tools. Also, that is a win for social justice. That's a win for gender equality, because our health services are looking out for women, and we celebrate this. And then we did have the 5th World Conference of Women's Shelters convening to strengthen GBV shelter care. Did you know that there was a World Conference of Women Shelters? Now you know, and this happened in Sydney, Australia, from the 15th to the 18th of September, concluded yesterday, whereby shelter advocates, survivors, and service providers have met this particular week in Sydney at the 5th World Conference of Women's Shelters to improve global responses to gender-based violence. And this particular conference brings together frontline shelter operators, as well as survivors and mental health professionals, legal specialists, and policymakers. And the discussions that have been had are about trauma-informed care models, the aftercare, funding strategies, referral networks, and legal protections for survivors, as well as cross-border knowledge sharing, essentially having conversations about what has been working for you and what should be effectuated, because it has been found to have good results. And for some good news in the space of arts and in the civic space, we do have our own Wangeshi Mutu, who has unveiled the Seated 4, which is a sculpture in Central Park, New York. And this was unveiled on the 13th of September, where Kenyan artist known as Wangeshi Mutu has installed a monumental new bronze sculpture, which is titled The Seated 4 in Central Park, challenging traditional depictions of women and championing strength through artistic public presence, right? And this particular sculpture has been unveiled at the entrance to Central Park, right? And Mutu is known for exploring gender, race, as well as colonial histories. And she created this piece to center the Black female form as resilient as well as powerful. How beautiful. And the installation is a part of a public art program that engages global audiences in feminist and cultural conversation. It really underscores how art can shift narratives as well as influence public perceptions. So art is not just a suggestion. Art is a powerful social change tool that really brings a lot when it comes to when you want to get the ball rolling and conversations going, and to some extent even policies changed. And we're still celebrating on the wins and what the girlies are doing with Code with Girls, who have won a Global Innovation Award for Girls Digital Empowerment. So again, Code with Girls is a Nairobi-based organization that has been teaching coding to girls in informal settlements, and it has won the UN-backed Equals in Tech Award, bringing visibility and funding to its mission and closing the digital gender gap. Who say that girls cannot do it? Truly, girls can do everything. And this particular award comes with a $25,000 grant to scale operations across more countries. And the founder, named Aisha Mohammed, emphasizes that the program is not just teaching tech skills, but confidence as well as future career pathways. So this is a win. It's a win for youth empowerment in the space of the girlies that are innovative, yes, and just bringing girls from the grassroots to the forefront of this digital conversation, this tech conversation, because girls belong in tech and girls are awesome. And we have been seeing the most fantastic series of events, right? At Tokyo. What has been happening at Tokyo is that the Kenyan girlies have been collecting gold like they're being paid. Actually, they are being paid, okay? And we have Faith Kipyegon that has taken a fourth gold medal for the 1500 meters world at Tokyo. She delivered a masterclass in the women's 1500 meters at the World Athletics Championships, claiming her fourth world title with 3.52 finish. That's crazy. And this was well ahead of her compatriot, Dorcas Ewoy, and Australia's Jessica Hull. Honestly, you need to jump by YouTube and have a look at that race. It was quite electrifying. It was just such a beautiful race to watch. And yeah, for Dorcas Ewoy, that was her personal best, right? And she had 3 minutes 54 seconds. Yes, and Jessica Hull took bronze with 3 minutes and 55 seconds. And this is beautiful because for Jessica Hull from Australia, this was the first ever medal that her country has taken in this particular event. And honestly, Faith Kipyegon is honestly one of the world's biggest champions. And speaking of champions, right, we have Beatrice Chebet that has won her first world 10,000 meters gold in Tokyo. Right, she surged in the final lap to win her first world title. Yes, and with a time of 30 minutes and 37 seconds, and she edged out Italy's Nadia Bartoletti, right, and Ethiopia's Godaf Tsegay, right, and we know Tsegay is a world favorite. She is a world champion. So Beatrice Chebet has been cementing her space and is here to stay. We have Faith Cherotich, right, that has taken the steeplechase gold. The girlies, the Kenyan girlies said that they're going home with everything, and she's a 21-year-old champion who overtook the defending champion Winfred Yavi on the final lap to win the women's 3,000 meters steeplechase in a championship record, despite the humid conditions, right? And we do have Perez Jepchirchir that claimed gold for the marathon, also in Tokyo, right? And she won this in the women's marathon, right? And she reaffirmed her status among Kenya's greatest distant runners. So the Kenyan girlies, again, that's Perez Jepchirchir. We have Faith Cherotich. We have Beatrice Chebet and Faith Kipyegon. So for those of you that are here chasing Kylie's, thinking that you can catch them, maybe to achane na wao. These guys are clearly on a race of their own. All right, and let's just shout them out again. Let's just see what they got. Again, we have Faith Kipyegon, who got a gold for the women's 1500 meters. Right, this is a world title. We have Beatrice Chebet, who got gold for women's 10,000 meters, a world title. We have Faith Cherotich, gold for women's 3,000 meters steeplechase, and then we have Perez Jepchirchir, gold for women's marathon world title. We have Dorcas Ewoy that won silver for the women's 1500 meters, right? And then honorable mention of Sembo Almayo from Ethiopia, who got a bronze in the 3,000 meters steeplechase that Faith Cherotich grabbed a gold for. So this is just a beautiful end to what's happening. These are the different stories that we have today on Sheversations, and I hope that you continue to stay informed and stay empowered, because the girlies are definitely doing it big. And now I am going to leave you in the good hands of Yote by Shani and Nelly Tuikong, and then we're gonna follow that up with Deserve by Keithan and Barbara Wangoi, and the Electric Billy Black telling them Bia. So I'm gonna see you on the other side.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
How can I talk about the nature of your glory? Not enough words can completely tell the story, but this creation will forever sing your name, forever give you praise, Lord, forever God you reign. How can I boast in anything else but you? You gave me new life and you made this creature new. Now my mind and my soul thinks of you. Follow the path that's true, narrow but I have you. This fight that I'm in is not of flesh and blood. The weapons that I need, I know they're in your love. So when I can't stand, let me lean on you. When I can't speak, let me sing to you. This pain that I'm feeling, I know it can't compare to the joy that is coming. So I praise you while the victory comes. Faith gave me the secret to always keep my head up, always keep my head up. May my heart know of your love, so love your embrace. May my ears know your voice, eyes behold your grace. This is my soul story, this is my soul song. May I praise my risen Savior all the day long. So I trade in my sorrows, trade them for your joy. No longer will I wallow, my ishanta enjoy. I have you, I have more than enough. You drown out every noise, yeah, you tell them to hush, hush.
Twakupa yote, wewe wastahili, twakupa yote, twakupa yote, wewe wastahili, twakupa yote. Bwana wa mabwana, pokea sifa zetu, twakupa yote. Bwana wa mabwana, pokea sifa zetu, twakupa yote. Maisha yangu nakupa Yesu, fikira zangu nakupa Yesu, kipenzi cha roho yangu ni Yesu, 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 unastahili sifa zote Yesu, hakuna wa kufanana nawe Yesu, milele unatawala Yesu, twakupa, twakupa yote, twakupa yote, twakupa yote, twakupa yote ni yako, twakupa yote, yote ni kwa Yesu, twakupa yote. Bwana, 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 unastahili sifa zetu, twakupa yote. Bwana, Bwana ni wewe, Bwana wa mabwana, pokea sifa zetu, unastahili, twakupa yote.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
My baby give me love in the morning, when I wake up and I'm yawning, in the evening and in the night time. Give me more than I do deserve. Do I deserve ya? She serve it up from a naughty cup, and she keep it up. I won't get enough. Come take me, let your loving consume me.
And baby boy, you know you confuse me.
Food for my soul and my body. I already know my heart is in mine. You're fulfilling my dreams and I'm learning how to love an angel, you are divine. My baby give me love in the morning, when I wake up and I'm yawning, in the evening and in the night time. Give me more than I do deserve. My baby give me love in the morning, when I wake up and I'm yawning,
in the evening and in the night time. Give me more than I do deserve. Do I deserve, yeah. I know I don't gotta worry when my babies are out, 'cause you're holding me down. You put my feet on the ground. Wanipa mabawa, it's your superpower. And I appreciate you. Every day I think the one who made you. And you can count on me, 'cause that's not even half what you truly deserve. Baby, give me love in the morning, when I wake up and I'm yawning, in the evening and in the night time. Give me more than I do deserve. My baby, give me love in the morning, when I wake up and I'm yawning, in the evening and in the night time. Baby, I give you what you deserve. Do I deserve you? Baby, you do deserve. Do I deserve the things you do for me? You do deserve, you do deserve. You feel like sun for my days. You be the stars in the night, guiding me away, your arms await.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
Wipe my tears dry. With your smile convince my broken heart I will be okay someday. To do whatever it takes to do. I don't mind, I don't care, as long as I end up with you. Ambia hao wengine wasonge kando, ni mimi na wewe mpaka mwisho. Ambia hao wengine wasonge kando, ni mimi na wewe mpaka mwisho. Take my wings and fly. Don't be scared to try and touch the sky. If you fall, I will be there. To do whatever it takes to do. I believe in you. Ambia hao wengine wasonge kando, ni mimi na wewe mpaka mwisho. Ambia hao wengine wasonge kando, ni mimi na wewe mpaka mwisho. Ambia wengine wasonge kando, ni mimi na wewe mpaka mwisho. Ambia hao wengine wasonge kando, ni mimi na wewe, mimi na wewe tu.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
All right. And karibu, welcome back to Sheversations. And the time is 12:30 the day. It is 12 on the dot, 12 noon. And that was Ambia by Billy Black. We had Deserve by Keithan and Barbara Wangoi. And Yote by Shani and Nelly Tuikong. Forever giving God the glory. Already. Now, we want to say celebrate a beautiful, beautiful woman. We want to celebrate somebody that has really honestly been setting the pace since 1994. And our powerful, powerful woman of the day right about now is the one and the only Faith Chepangetich Kipyegon. All right, Faith Kipyegon, that was born on the 10th of January 1994 in Nakuru County. Right, she is the 8th. In case you've been wondering about her, we've been talking about this girl, just a beast, for lack of a better word. And this is just a little bit about her. She's the 8th of 9 children in a family steeped in athletics, right? And her father, Samuel Koech, and her mother, Lina Koech, both ran. So she's a runner, she's a track star. Yes, that song. But nothing to do with the song, right? Everything to do with the fact that this is a world championship, an Olympian and a world record holder who came from a family of runners. And her sister Beatrice Mutai is also a distance runner. And she discovered running barefoot in school in Keringet, where she refined her talent at Winners Girls High School. What are we to expect? What else do we expect? Like unaenda shule inaitwa Winners Girls School. Honestly, that's the reason why. She later trained under coach Patrick Sang in the high altitude camps of Kaptagat. Yes, so the camps of Uko Komaliwa Kalua Natoka, it's really helping. That's the issue. The rest of us, Sisi in Nairobi, we're just running from poverty and running, Sisi as women, running from men who are trying to grab us. And then there's Faith Kipyegon, who's running for Olympic gold and just a world record gold. This is, we need to learn lessons about the right way to run things, right? And maybe even the president could take a note or two about how to run the economy correctly, seeing that this is closer to home than anybody finds, like with his people are running things well. So how about we also run the country in a good way? That's all I'm saying, right? And over her career, Faith has achieved feats a few others could only imagine, right? She has 3 consecutive Olympic golds in the 1500 meters. Amekataa kupewa watu wengine. She's like, other children know. Imagine she's like, ataki kusema bariki wengine sasa go. She's like, 3 Olympics. Do you know, guys, the Olympics don't happen every year. And this lady in the 1500 meters, she's like, ni mimi. It's me again. Like, Other athletes hate to see her coming. They hate to see her coming. No, in fact, they don't see her coming. They watch her go because she leaves them behind. She leaves them in the dust. So she won her Olympic gold in Rio 2016, right? 4 years later, akasema Tokyo bet. 2020, she took it, right? She's like, COVID has nothing on me. Paris 2024, akasema ni yangu tena, guys. Y'all better chill. And I bet you 2028, this girl is just 31 years old, okay? She's just a baby. She's still young. She has so much to go. And she has 4 world championship golds in that same event. So she has 3 Olympic golds and 4 championship golds. That's 2017, 2022, 2023, and 2025. Yo ingine ni hii tunaongelelea. This one that we're talking about, where she has broken her own, she broke her own record this year. World record in the 1500 meters, running 3.48 in Eugene. Yes, Eugene, guys, is not just the name of your boring ex-boyfriend. It's also the name of a place where Faith Kipyegon ran a fantastic race. And at the 2025 World Championships in Tokyo, right, she dominated with a commanding 3 minutes 2.15 race, solidifying her for the World 1500 meters title. And she was slightly ahead of Dorcas Ewoyi and Australia's Jessica Hull. So this is so beautiful. And let me tell you what my favorite thing is, seeing a sweep. Kenya gold, Kenya silver, Kenya bronze. That's my favorite thing. Like, guys, I cry. I remember me, I used to watch Olympics with my mother and all of these championships, whether it was a Commonwealth Games, in the sitting room na tulikuwa tunalia. And Mimi, at this today years old at this big age. Last night I was watching these races on YouTube because you can always go back, and I was just crying. I was just like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. And if you ever need encouragement of how beautiful it is to be Kenyan, if you want to forget being potentially thrown at Shonde in CBD, you want to forget those men, makangas insulting you, and the hawkers grabbing you every single time, and men who are trying to sell you things, or men who just randomly follow you because you said hi to them. I have a story for you guys that I'm going to tell you about a man that I said hi to. And then he followed me, but let's just put a pin on that. If you want to forget whatever it is that we're going through, they're saying that no. Femicide is it's a crisis. It's a disaster at this point, and they're telling us GBV is on the rise. They're telling us it's an issue that, digitally assisted gender-based violence has spiked by 40%. No, if you want to feel encouraged being a Kenyan, and particularly a Kenyan woman, you need to head over to YouTube and just continuously watch videos of Kenyan marathon runners winning. And honestly, at 3 a.m., instead of sleeping, that's what I was doing. And it was I felt like I was on top of the world. I'm like, these people are in my country. These people, they come from the bushes. A lot of these people, right? And not to put anybody down, but they literally come from spaces. A lot of these women come from spaces that are not exposed. Alafu sisi tuko hapa with all our complaints, yet in so much privilege in comparison to a lot of these women, this athletes. And they do what they do. And I'm like, Sasa mbona, why not? And she's given, Kenya's version of a TED Talk, right? Just talking about how your dreams are valid, honestly. And one of the responses that she gave in the Tokyo World Championships was that honestly, it's she pushes herself, to continue to see what she can do and how great she can become. So for her, it's always a discovery. She's like, listen, I think I can, but let's try it out. So what do you think you can do that you haven't yet tried out? Faith Kipyegon is our motivation and our encouragement to continue trying, right? And for her, she also pursued the ambitious breaking 4-mile challenge in June 2025, falling short at 4 minutes and 6 seconds, right? But underscoring her drive as well as her experimental spirit. She's like, listen, I'm gonna run this thing. And Beyonce said, who ran the world? The Kenyan girls took that personally. And she's not just a runner, okay? She's also a mother. She also slows down, and just took a minute to pop out a baby, right? And it's marked by resilience because after motherhood and after immense expectations, she showed that personal life and elite sport can not only coexist but also elevate each other. And she's become a symbol that excellence and discipline and purpose can lead one from a rural village to the top of global athletics. And my desire is for these women to be supported by our government, for corporates and organizations to rally together genuinely and give money to these girlies. Take all our money, honestly, because we know that we've had so many disappointing stories of how Kenyan athletes are treated, and the disparity between male Kenyan athletes and female Kenyan athletes. It's something that still needs to be worked on. So my desire and what I'm putting out there is for these girlies to get the best support, because clearly they are running for their lives, and this is a worthwhile race. And a few things that she has said is, just a couple of quotes from her. And she said, being able to defend my title and to win a 4th gold feels really special. And she said, after setting the world record in Eugene, I knew I could run it under control. She said, I can run it under control. She said, don't worry about it. She said, don't worry about it, sweetheart. Okay. And she also said, I just want to inspire young girls to show them that you can be a mom and still achieve your dreams. Guys, who said popping out babies makes you disabled, right? It might for a few seconds, maybe a couple of hours, but pop out those babies and come back snatched, then come back and run your race, girlies. And Faith Kipyegon is just proof, that also you don't necessarily need to be a J-Lo or Alicia Keys or Beyonce or this, top ranking celebrities, because there's also a narrative that only women that have all this money and all these plastic surgeons and all these personal trainers, bounce back from a pregnancy. Guys, pregnancy is not a disability. A pregnant woman is not a disabled woman. There's a lot she shouldn't be doing, a lot she can't do in that moment, but that is a blessing in itself. The privilege to be able to bring new life into this earth is not something to be scoffed at. It is quite a blessing and quite a feat. All right, so that has been Faith Kipyegon. So now let's go through her different awards, right? What has she been recognized for? So she got Olympic gold in the women's 1500 in 2016, 2020, and 2024. So I hope you guys are counting. Those are 3. And then she has world championship titles in the 1500 meters, according to the World Athletics Championships, 2017, 2022, 2023, and 2025. Okay, now we have reached 7, right? She is a world record holder in the 1500 meters, right, in the World Athletics, and she did so on the 5th of July 2025 in Eugene, where she ran a 3 minutes 48 seconds 0.68 race, and she's a mile world record holder according to the World Athletics Championships, where she holds the current world record for the mile, and this is the most recent one. And she also she has an honorary doctorate of education from the University of Eldoret that she got in November 2024, and New African Magazine in 2017, these guys need to update their records, named her among the top 100 most influential Africans. She needs to be named among the top 100 most influential humans, is what I have to say, right? This needs to be on Forbes magazine. She needs to be on all of the magazines. She needs to be on all the lists. Whatever the lists are, she needs to be on all the lists, because this is a powerful woman who has been balancing motherhood, balancing competition, and balancing expectations. And honestly, at 31 years old, guys, at 31 years old, this is peak performance, because apparently that one, watu wanakuanga wazee, very interesting, right? And recovery is harder, honestly speaking, at that age. It's not the same as if you're 21, 22, 25, or 26. But she said, listen, y'all don't have anything on me, okay? And she's a global superstar. And if you're looking for a champion to idolize, kama unanga role model, you don't know who to look up to, right? And you're tired of all of your problematic faves that have let you down, the way Oprah let me down. She let me down big time with, that shady business behind the scenes. But if you're looking for somebody to look up to, Faith Kipyegon is your guy. So from the girly, from Nakuru, Rift Valley province, right, in Keringet, Nakuru County, the world champion. This is our powerful woman, and hopefully we're going to continue singing her praises. I can't wait to see what else she has in store for her and her girlies, the Beatrice Chebets, the Ewois, and the Jepchirchirs of the world. Little girls, young girls out there, your dreams are valid, and if you're tired of running from your problems, maybe you can go and run for gold medals in the championship. You just need to start now. And so that has been our powerful woman. And I'm gonna see you on the other side of Fire on Fire, and by Mora, and Kairetu by Dave Ndegwa. So just a jiffy, and then we'll be right back.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio.
text me by night. All this is mad. It's like I'm reading your mind, but you got me twisted. Thinking about you, I'm wasted. I want all of you when it's selfish. It's like I'm running impatient. Baby, open the door. I'm running crazy. Oh, you're racing in my thoughts. It's getting shady. Oh, fire on fire. But you give me power. And when you're next to me, all I wanna do is sing. Oh, sight of your eyes for me sense. Didn't realize you were all I needed. Fill on my cups, you pour me life. When you're ready, I'm ready for you. I've been waiting for you. I already told you you're the one I want. Whenever you're ready, hit up my phone. Journey make good daddy. Seriously control. Baby, open the door. I'm running crazy. Oh, you're racing in my thoughts. It's getting shady. Oh, fire on fire. But you give me power. And when you're next to me, all I wanna do is sing. Oh,
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
I took it home. Alright. For all my Kairetus in the house.
Let my love be your sweater as this world gets colder. Baby, no matter the weather, I'll be holding you forever, forever, forever. Kuna wengi kwenye maji, but you're the only one for me. Kuna wengi kwenye maji, but you're the only one for me. I see. Guided to where, when you're again. Kuna wengi kwenye maji, but you're the only one for me. Kuna wengi kwenye maji, but you're the only one I see. Guided to where, when you're again, guided to where, goro yako
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Kama umechoka ungesema, usife moyo ni mapema. Niambie, mbona hutaki tena? Wende ulisema ni milele, hakuna kitu itatutenga. Penzi wewe, usinigeuzie, moyo wangu si mashini, ukiniacha nitaumia. Penzi wewe, usinigeuzie, ubwage moyo wangu chini, ukiniacha nitaumia. Penzi wewe, usinigeuzie, moyo wangu si mashini, ukiniacha nitaumia. Penzi wewe, usinigeuzie, ubwage moyo wangu chini, ukiniacha nitaumia.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.
Na sasa hapo Watenda William Shadu muziki wametupeleka on a journey, wanatuambia safari, whereby Dave Ndegwa and Kairetu, Dave Ndegwa has been giving us a Kairetu, Kizungu. I can't even speak. Hata ni lugha gani natumia. I'm just breaking all of them. Shame. And then Fire on Fire by Mora. Yes, a beautiful lineup. Just celebrating Kenyan artists because they don't deserve any less. And celebration is the order of the day today, right? Because all our world champions, right? We must talk about them. And the conversation today is on the business of being a Kenyan sportswoman. What does that actually mean? To be a Kenyan sportswoman, you might be asking yourself, and that's what we're about to dive into. Because we've seen the likes of Faith Kipyegon, Paris Jepchirchir, Beatrice Chebet, and Mary Mora. Yeah, and maybe just a few club level runners, as well as police or prisons employed athletes. Yes, sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it upsets me. It upsets me when I realize that some of my favorite, especially the male athletes, especially the champions, they're police people. You see, as a Kenyan, I get triggered. The amount of tear gas I've eaten, the amount of bribes I've watched them take in the streets, I love for prisons. And then you're like, sawa watu, what are they running from? Because some of us are running from them, you know, so that's the thing. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Yes, and we're talking about many up and coming youth as well as girls from spaces such as Eton. And what does it actually look like for them to dive into the business of being a sports woman? Yes, we said, well, let's not talk about the men. We can mention them, they can feature, but listen, the star of the show is the girlies, right? I need you to understand that here on Sheversations, we are centering the girlies. So we're talking about how they earn, how they spend. We're talking about how they protect their income from prize money, as well as the income from appearance fees, from state bonuses, from sponsorships, from club employment, from marathon purses and social media deals. So in case you thought that these people wanangaika too, they're just running for no reason. Because me, sometimes when somebody says hurry up, I'm like, why are you running? Like sometimes just climbing up the stairs, I'm kuharakisha tu kidogo juu umechelewa, and then my chest starts beating at a super fast pace, and I'm like, this feels unhealthy. I should stop. And indeed, I stop. And some of those people are like, no, we're going to run. We're going to run as a means of living. And let's count that. Prize money, number one, we're counting the different streams of income that athletes have. So they have prize money, they have appearance fees, number two. Number three, they have state bonuses. Number four, they have sponsorships. Number five, they have club employment. Number six, they have marathon purses. And number seven, they have social media deals. Tell me why somebody must not be a millionaire. Tell me why they shouldn't be a millionaire or a billionaire for the talent, the God-given talent, and the resilience and hard work. Because guys, doesn't matter how fast you are. If you don't train, you snooze, you lose. In this particular case, these girlies are not just talented. It's not just easy. It's a lot of hard work. Because like, show me a world record holder. Show me a marathon, long distance, or even a sprinter who does not spend an immense amount of their time in the gym or out there in the mountains running and working out, keeping a healthy diet, keeping themselves mentally fit. Because we do see athletes such as Shakari Richardson, who is one of the world champions from the US of a young girl who has been through so much trouble from being suspended from the world championships because of marijuana, which she said that she took in Detroit, where it is legal, because she had lost somebody close in her life, you know. And she has recently, literally just a week ago, was arrested. You know, she was later released because her boyfriend called Christian refused to press charges, but she was arrested because airport security cameras caught her literally assaulting her boyfriend. Like, they were having an argument, and there is such an embarrassing police body cam footage on YouTube. You can just go type it out, Shakari Richardson. And the point of this is that you don't get that far with that type of behavior, because she's just one of those athletes that is notorious for having bad behavior. And honestly, that mars her. And what that does is that a lot of people are not willing to work with you. And she lost her Nike endorsement. And if you understand what that means, Nike, guys, Nike is money. It's millions in your account every single month, every single time you go somewhere, you do a gig. Like, you're a brand ambassador for a lifelong check, like you're made. You have it made forever. So if you lose a deal like that because of bad behavior, it's a shame. What's the point? The point is, these guys are not just running. These guys are working hard to have a good image. They're working hard to be in the right form. They're working hard to keep up their health, working hard to not just be healthy and be fit and be able to run, but to run and win, okay? So you can't tell me this thing is easy because Wakale, they're just naturally talented. No, they work their butts off for them. Like, literally, these girls, they're just lean. It's all muscle. It's all lean. There's nothing else there. Just pure heart and pure muscle, right? So when you're like, no, they're just, no, it's just their thing. No, it's not. They work hard. Not every single Kale has a gold medal, silver medal, is a world record holder. Okay, why? Because not everybody has the opportunity, but also very few put in the amount of work that is needed. So now let's dive into that. Let's dive into how uneven these brand deals are. Sometimes they're short-lived, sometimes they're very costly to pursue. You know, for example, training is expensive, health, childcare, because who's going to take care of your baby when you're gone for a whole month, when you're gone the other month, when you're gone time and time again? Who's going to take care of your people, right? And those are the kinds of conversations that we are having. So let's look into where is the money coming from? Where is the money coming from? Number one, prize money, right? At the 2025 World Athletics Championships, individual gold carried 70,000 US dollars. 70,000 US dollars. Faith Kipyegon has bagged 70,000 US dollars. What do you mean? Silver, yes, Dorcas Awoy, 35,000 US dollars, and bronze, 22,000 US dollars. Guys, imagine what you would do. Let's just check how much that is. 22,000 US dollars, right? USD in Kenyan shillings. Why am I always checking this? Because it changes. It changes by the hour. So it is 2,858,249 Kenyan shillings. That's 2 million. That's a 2 million, guys. 2 million for the bronze, and 70,000. And let's just check right now how much 70,000. If somebody is cashing that out right now into Kenyan shillings, what are they actually? So Faith Kipyegon has pocketed a whopping 9,095,100 Kenyan shillings. That is crazy business. So when you see this girl running for her life, you best believe Johanna 9 to 5. This is her 9 to 5. This is her forever. So she's running because she's like, okay, so this 9 million has to pay school fees for my kid, has to pay for childcare, has to pay for all my expenses, travel, you know, because just because, you know, they get sponsored doesn't mean that it's the sponsorship takes care of their everyday needs, you know, because life is expensive, all right? You might be taken on a trip, but what about the days when you're not on a trip? Where do you stay? What do you do? And there are competitions where athletes sponsor themselves, where they show up as independent, because they're there to show up. They're there to set themselves up for success, you know, even if it costs them in the pocket, right? And this is all part of an 8.5 million prize pool, right? For the gold, silver, and bronze wins from this wild athletics championships, right? And this is life-changing for a lot of winners. And there are also bonuses for records, right? And so this also sits alongside the marathon wins as well as the Diamond League purses that can earn 6-figure returns for top finishers. So if you're a top finisher, you already know that you have $1 million or close to $1 million in your pocket. Why are we talking about this? Because a gold medal can literally fund an athlete's training cycle. If you don't have access to the best trainers, you don't have access to the best diet, you don't have access to the best facilities, when you win, you can now afford what you couldn't access before. You could access your family needs, you could access your small businesses or your big businesses, right? And unfortunately, most competitors don't actually reach the top. So it's assumed that an athlete, you know, who you see on TV is living a flamboyant life. Meanwhile, you could see somebody who literally has won a championship that does not have a big payout, who goes back into a life of poverty, unfortunately, right? Which is why we say that the government needs to come in and take care of our athletes, because they are our prized possessions. They represent our nation. They, you know, Kenyan athletes have put the name of Kenya. Everybody respects Kenya because of our athletes, and the government needs to treat them accordingly continuously, right? Let's look at the marathon circuits, right? So we've looked at the prize money at major championships. Now let's look at what's going on in the circuits, in the marathon spaces. So the winners at the World Marathon Majors and City Marathon, so that is the London Marathon, Boston, Berlin, Chicago, New York, and Tokyo, receive substantial guaranteed purses and record or bonus payments. For example, the London winners take a whopping $55,000 plus course or record bonuses. So let's look at how much $55,000 is. Right. So this is how much when you support an athlete, you're setting them up. So that's 7,146,150. Right. That's how much an athlete will be getting if they won the London Marathon. And the Boston and New York and other serious payouts vary. So for a lot of this Kenyan women, the road race calendar provides the largest single pay opportunity. So when you see this girlies running, it's not just because it's fun, it's because they're trying to earn a living through their sweat, their actual sweat, like their body. An athlete falls and that's it. They can't earn anymore because what else are they going to do? So this is why it's so important for this marathon winners to be, this runners, this racers to be in top form so that they can get their payout and set themselves up, with regards to businesses and just the stability that allows them to be able to continue racing and do what they do best. Also because you can't remain at the top forever because it has a lot to do with your body and the more you age or stuff happens, then you are placed at a disadvantage moving forward. So you better get it while it's hot. You strike while the iron is hot. Another major source of earnings is appearance fees as well as agent deals, right? For example, we have Faith Kipyegon, Beatrice Chebet Perez, Jeb Chirchir, and Mary Mora, who often combine prize money with appearance fees and sponsorships negotiated through their management and their agents. So it's really important to have good management and agents that have your back. For example, Faith Kipyegon is publicly associated with Nike and is listed with Global Sports Communication, right? And this brings in more earnings aside from the race winnings themselves. And now, how do you turn this into commercial value, right? How do you turn this into something that is more profitable than just a one-time win? Is by converting this into endorsement deals, right? Agency representation, right? And just getting brand deals that are set in stone, making sure that your contract is airtight, and having appearance windows saying that, hey, I'm going to show up from here to here. I'm going to do this, that, and this is how much you're going to pay me. And that's how you set yourself up for success. So you get a sponsor, right? You get an agent. You get your championship prize money, and then you get your appearance fees, right? And that is, when you wear that Nike uniform for a particular race, you just know that this particular runner is getting a buck out of it. So this is what you need to know if you're planning on getting on that track. What is the relationship with the government, right? Even as we just prepare to conclude this conversation. What role does the government, because what are we actually talking about? Early September, early this month, 19 days ago, or thereabout, our president, William Ruto, publicly increased the daily allowances and raised the medal bonuses. Ahead of the Tokyo World Championships, guys, finally something, a piece of good news coming from State House, something, right? And he raised the daily pay from roughly $60. Daily pay, guys, ni per diem for you businesses, corporates, gig economy people, per diem, right? When you go out per day, this is how much you're given based on how long you're gonna be out for that particular trip or event, from the day you leave, or maybe the day you start competing until the day you stop competing, or the day that you leave. Leave to go there and leave to come back. So that's per diem. The athletes, everybody on the team was getting $60, and that has been raised to $200. How much is $200? Let us just see if that money is worth our time. Sasa umeachia bibi watoto 25,986. Guys, that's not bad. It's not the best, but it's not bad. It's not bad, genuinely speaking. So it means that this is how much Kenyan athletes are taking home. So mtu mwenye amekuwa hapo for 3 weeks. How much is 3 weeks? That's how many days? I'm not sure how much that is, right? I don't know how much that is. So essentially, if you multiply 25,000 in 21 days, right? That's how much somebody has earned by going to the World Athletics Championships, and that's very motivating. You know, from people that were earning $60 to earning $200 per day. That's beautiful. Alafu pale, we have gold, silver, and bronze rewards. For example, if you win gold, Faith Kipyegon, right? Jepchirchir, Beatrice wame win 3 million. For each gold, you take home a whooping 3 million. So the more you get, aside from per diem, ukona 3 milliako. Silver, a different amount, bronze, a different amount. So the disadvantage, guys, is that there's only one gold, only one bronze, only one silver. And I told you guys I really love it when there's a clean sweep. And you know what? What is really needed? What is actually needed from us? We need to understand that these ladies are mothers. These ladies need career continuity, even when they're not winning their gold medals, their silvers, their bronzes, or breaking world records. And we also need to have safeguarding when it comes to gender-based abuse as well as safety, because young athletes and public figures, there's a lot of abuse still, digital abuse online. We need to have digital safety campaigns, as well as civil society taking care of our female athletes, because sometimes I'm like, this girl is winning gold, but is there a man somewhere on her team, you know, on the national Kenyan team that might be trying to take advantage of her? You know, to us, she is a prized possession, but to a man, she is titties, bum, and vagina. So sometimes that's the reality of being a woman, and that's why we're talking about this. Other than empowering women, let's also protect them from the dangers that the rest of us know all too well, unfortunately, that, you know, there's just so many spaces where women need to be protected. So let's get the girlies their money, and let's get the girlies their protection. So no, we have not laid this conversation to rest. We're going to talk about in another edition of celebrating the girlies that have made sports their business. We're going to look into how can the Kenyan Athletic Federation continue to support these people, and how can we look into their employment security? What does it actually look like to be employed as an athlete, and what is the cost? What's the cost? You're traveling, you have equipment, camping fees, food fees. What are you eating? Where are you sleeping? Who's on your team? Do you need a stylist? Do you need an interpreter? Are you paying that out of pocket, or is that coming out of the team's check? And so on and so forth. And what does it actually look like to be under sponsorship, to have media training, as well as gender distribution of funds? What is the status quo of the support that athletes are given in our country, with a specific highlight and focus on women? So look out for part 2 in this series on the business of being a sports woman. Yes, and we're also going to talk about doping, because that's the thing. That's the thing. Don't be a dope. Don't be a dope. We're going to talk about the risks of doping, and what Kenyan athletes have a history on when it comes to doping and taking shortcuts. Because wow. Are you even a Kenyan if you don't take shortcuts? Unfortunately, quite a sad, shameful reputation that we sometimes have as Kenyans. So we're going to look into what that looks like in the world of the girlies that are doing the business of being a sports woman. But for now, nakwacha na amenitetea, that's Wapenda Muziki, and we are going to call it Friday. Enjoy the weekend, and amenitetea by Wapenda Music is your weekend special. From me, Caroline Murote, this is Sheversations on Power Radio. Continue tuning in and power up, and I'm gonna see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Power Radio. Beloved Production.
Waliponiambia twende nyumbani mwa Bwana, kuna furaha tele. Nilirukaruka
look at me? Correct, yes, ni favor, aye. What do you see when you look at me? Correct, yes, I'm full of life. What do you see when you look at me? Correct, yes, abundance.
Nyumbani mwa Bwana kuna furaha tele. Nilirukaruka waliponiambia twende. Nyumbani mwa Bwana kuna furaha tele. Nimerudi na furaha, nimerudi na furaha. Nimerudi na furaha, nimerudi na furaha. Nimerudi na furaha, nimerudi na furaha.
From sunrise to sunset, all day and night. Our radio.